Alright, so here's the deal. I'm probably gonna drop out of this game soon. Once I get the world record down to something good. Once I get really close to my summer best. Like, pretty fucking close. I can look back at the run and not fucking hate it. When I can get to that point, that's when I'll say I'm happy. Fucking hell, every goddamn time.
I'm soaked. Shit. I'm soaked. Jake? Ah! Schmouse out! You down here? Say something if you can hear me.
Alright, take 3. No, take 3. Take 3.
I'm soaked. Jake? Schmouse out!
Now, I'm not gonna go for a perfect world record. I'll say that much. I'm not going to sit here for tons of attempts just to try and get really fucking close to my something. Get, like, incredibly close, right? I'm not gonna spend that much time, you know? Because I don't want to. That's the only reason why. I am ready to just kind of say goodbye to this game for at least a little while. You know, I'm not saying leave it for 9 months, but I want to take a break from it. But I don't feel happy taking a break from it now in the current state of the world record. I want to at least get a 28. Because 28 is possible. It is incredibly possible. I know it is. Not incredibly possible. Possible. It's
Did you even
possible.
remember the name?
It is in no ways unachievable. Point is, shooting for 28. And that's just gonna be it. First, when I get a 28, as long as it isn't like 28.59, then that'll probably be the last one.
That Pillowman butt.
What will I do after that? Probably won't be speedrunning for a long time. I have other things to focus on. Maybe I'll learn a difficult speed game. I think that's something that I've been... That's something that I've been like putting on the back burner and just kind of avoiding for a while, even though I kind of need to do it. This run isn't hard. If some guy really cared, and that guy isn't, because I don't care. If some guy really cared, he would have gotten the 28 by now. He would have actually been looking for strats and found all the things that made a 28 possible so long ago. I don't know, man. Speedrunning is kind of like this weird thing to me, right? Like, this is a hobby and I enjoyed it at the time, but I kind of only ran 3 obscure games. Undertale, I guess. I ran Undertale. And it was all fun and everything, but, you know, I mean, I guess no one watched my streams. You know? There was no competition for this or Shrek the Third or Rascals because I routed all 3 of them, basically. So, you know, it just kind of sucked because I just kind of wish there was some kind of force driving me forward, like a reward at the end, some kind of recognition. I know that sounds really stuck up because I'm running fucking Adventure Time Superhits. I don't deserve recognition. I just mean like,
Sorry, PB.
I don't know. I wish I was running a game that would get me some recognition, that would get some viewers to my stream. And I just kind of wish I already knew that route in that game and that route instead of having to learn it now. The thing about popular games is that the routes are usually kind of difficult. And I'm lazy. I don't feel like learning anything difficult. I'll say this much though. For the amount of time I spent on this game and all my history with it, it was fun. It was genuinely fun. Routing out a game all by myself for basically the entirety of it. Some help from Gelly in once later on, but in the beginning it was just me. I routed like 80% of this game, and that was fun. That was just fun. You know, I did the runs, they slowly got better, they were abysmal at first. I got better at the game. I even routed 100%, even though 100% makes sense. And my 100% record is so unbelievably easy. I don't know, man, it's kind of just like, what did I do in my spare time before speedrunning, and what am I doing in my spare time now? Well, I started watching anime, even though I told myself I would never do that. I said I'd never watch anime, I'd never get into anime. I have currently about 12 days worth of anime on my anime list, so that's a promise I didn't keep to myself. It's a promise I didn't keep to myself, so yeah, that's what's new.
Hey,
Other than that, I mean, like, I don't know, I was into
What's
wikis,
important is we found.
moderating a wiki, filling in information, that was fun. Going to spec the anime world. That used to be like a majority of my day, just fucking filling shit out. Trying to figure out how to code a nav box or some dumb shit. That's what I did for a while. Both before and after I got into speedrunning, that was something I did. I had like 2 phases of that. 2 completely separate phases. Anime, that's a thing. And I have 2 completely separate phases of speedrunning. The one 9 months ago that started in like August, and now this is the revival a while from then. You know, the greatest thing is that it wasn't that hard to relearn this game at all, because there's no complex tricks. So I already had all the muscle memory, I just did it. I guess there's something nice about this just being my game, you know? This is my speedrun. Nobody else's. I'm the only one who knows this route. I'm the only one who's done this. You know? I'm the only one who cared enough to look at this game, see potential in it as a speedrun, where everyone else just saw a subpar license game, which is what it is. This isn't that good, casually. I never even finished it casually. It's so bullshit. Either that or I just can't handle even remotely difficult games. I'm gonna be talking about like random unrelated shit. I usually don't narrate that much. I'm not even gonna talk about what I'm doing right now. I'm just going through motions. I'm just gonna talk about random things because this could very well be the final world record. So I'm gonna make it something special. There's no views, as always. It's me and Nightbot, and that sounds so sad and so lonely. You know, there's something about it. You know? It's just like, I have no viewers. No one's ever gonna watch this unless I become famous one day. Look through the deep innards of my YouTube channel and find a video. And they're like, whoa, this guy ran this kid's game. What the fuck? Yeah. I'm writing now. I've had this idea in my head for like a bunch of ideas that I just melded together into this story that I've had for like, I want to say like since early 2017. It's probably been a year or more than a year since I first thought of it. And just in January, I started actually like making it into something, and I decided that I was gonna make a prequel story to the story I initially thought of. And I was gonna make it a visual novel. Now, that is honestly one of the most bullshit things in the world. I have no idea how long it's gonna take me. I'll tell you one thing for sure. Unless I literally kneel over and fucking die, I will finish this eventually. I will finish it eventually. And then I'll make the sequel, and then the other sequel. And then I'll make the original one that I wanted to make, and I'll make it a fucking TV show. And I'll make spin-offs and a bunch of other shit, a bunch of other ideas I have. Like, that's what we're doing. We'll do that. And it'll be fun. And I'll enjoy it. And people will like it. People will know who I am. I won't die as an unknown number. I have a fucking Wikipedia page. And that's my life dream. To get a goddamn Wikipedia page. You can just sum up my life with that. That's my goal. That's my aspiration. Of a Wikipedia page. I also got into writing music. Because I'm writing the soundtrack for a visual novel. It's going good. It's enjoyable. Actually, writing music is since I'm my own judge. You know, like I'm not making it for someone else. There's like no stress on it at all. I just do whatever I want to, and if I like it, it's good enough. You know, that's good. It's a good part about writing too. You know. Writing the sequel will be difficult because I'll have to actually meet up with expectations, but right now, I'm making the first thing, and it's just, hey, here I am. I'm making a thing. I'm a writer. This is music. There you go. I like it. If you don't, that's fine, and if you do, thank you. I'll try and keep that philosophy. I'm gonna turn into one of those guys who just kind of argues with people online who don't like the thing they made. There's no point in responding. No point in just getting into shouting fights with some guy who doesn't want it. That's a general thing, honestly, even if you didn't make it, you know. Some guys are like, I didn't like The Last Jedi. Alright. Do you want to have a discussion about it? You want to talk about why, or are you just saying that because you want to say it? Because if we're going to have a discussion about it, fine, you know? You say the reasons why you didn't like it, I say the reasons why I liked it. Everything's good, we have a nice, humble, civil discussion about it. If you're just gonna say you don't like it for the sake of not liking it, it's the same thing with everything. Whether it's Star Wars or whatever. People just like to argue with each other, and I can totally see the appeal of it. Unlike most people who say that people shouldn't argue with each other, I can totally see, I personally can totally see the appeal of arguing with people just for the sake of arguing. Sometimes I do it myself. I will admit that. However, it's not a good thing to do. It's a flaw. My flaw, one of my many flaws, is that I get into arguments too much, and I can admit people need to start admitting their flaws. It's a thing we need to do more as just like a culture. I don't mean like culture like Americans, I mean like culture as in like the human culture. We need to start admitting that none of us are perfect. And not just like in a put it on a t-shirt way, but in like an actual genuine feel way. Like you gotta feel the fact that you're not perfect. You know?
Slumber princess?
That makes any sense.
I guess that happened.
But you know. Yes. The future is kind of weird, you know? It's weird. It's like... I mean... I'm trying to get jobs, you know? I applied for a job. I never imagined. Like I knew it was gonna happen one day, but I was just like, oh, far off future, you know? Nope. It's not. It's happening. It's happening now. That's such a weird experience. Didn't get a reply back. I don't know, the future's just weird, because, like, if I'm gonna be a writer, do I really need to go to college? Is that a thing I need to do? What do I need to do if I want to make a TV show? How do I pitch an animated adaptation of my fucking Wicked novels? Whatever the hell I make, you know? How does that work? I don't know. I don't have the power or notability to talk to other notable people who know what they're doing to find out. But in order to get to that level of notability, I need to do the thing. But in order to do the thing, I need knowledge. In order to get knowledge, I need notability. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just pretending like I have the knowledge so I can kind of get through the cycle. Then once I kind of get through the cycle, I can get through the cycle. This is probably going to be in the light purple. I mean, I'm seriously barely focusing on this, really. I don't need to. This isn't a tough one. You know, sometimes I like to think I'm a go with the flow guy, but I'm really not. I mean, like, I am, but I just worry about things a lot. I just, I just have stupid fucking thoughts. Worrying about everything, constantly just fucking emotions, emotional turmoil. Because, you know, teenagers, well, I'm still only 15, so, you know, I'm sorry. I remember back in August when I started speedrunning, I was watching this guy called Chris the Fast. He said he was 15, and I was like, whoa, dude, that's really old, and here I am remembering that. Because you wanna know what? Time really does fly. It's all relative, you know? Days can be long, you can have a long day, but in the end, you probably won't even remember it. You know, what's your longest day, you know? You remember the longest, most boring day you ever had? Of course you don't. Why would you remember boring things? How would you waste room in your mind remembering boring things? You don't need to remember boring things to remember that the concept of boredom exists. That's what I like about human brains. We're good at remembering, most of the time, we're good at remembering really important things. You know, we don't remember, you know, useless trivia for history tests, but that's not useful anyways. It's only useful because we say it is. And I know that sounds like the most pretentious bullshit ever, but bear with me. Bear with me. You know, remember the important things, like emotions, you know, survival skills and shit, not the effects of the Stamp Act. If this PB's, I will be so proud of just the commentary I've given to this. I really will, because this is some good commentary.
Look, guy. And he got him.
The only thing is, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I think about dying, right? Like everyone does. Basically everyone who ever, like, you know, has a complex thought ever in their lives has thought about the fact that, hey, I'm gonna die one day. I think about that sometimes. You know, I always say to myself, here's my philosophy of it. And I'm being totally 100% honest when I say this. If I have a Wikipedia article before I die, I will be 100% satisfied with my life. If I have a Wikipedia article, if I am notable enough, I'm going to make a Wikipedia article about me. Then yeah, I have everything I want in my life. I have this weird, just desire to be notable. And I know it's probably kind of a stuck-up thing. I just want to be known. I want to make people feel things. I want to make people feel emotions, you know, crying and laughing. And what better way to make people cry and laugh than being a writer? Music can drive people to emotions, but writers can basically force you to feel something. I don't take things seriously that often, you know? I think it's just because I'm a kid, but I think it's just like, people gotta realize that sometimes we're just all too serious about things, you know? And I have to try to know that, you know? Everyone's just doing their own fucking thing. Got politics and world matters, and it's just like, you know, we all gotta go back to being a kid sometimes, you know? When you were a kid, you didn't give a fuck of what was going on in the country. You just cared about, you know, what was on TV. That's a genuinely good philosophy. I mean, it's not like, you know, right? Just being kind of laid back. That's good. That's not really a bad thing. At least not inherent. People act like you guys just care about everything. And I have a lot of respect for people who can just really care about things constantly. Who have a really high ability to just care about things. You know, like people who are really invested in politics. I have a lot of respect for people who are really invested in politics. Because goddamn, that takes a lot of energy. That's not really me. I mean, I have a lot of strong opinions on certain things, you know. I'm left-wing, but whatever. Maybe it's just because politics don't really affect me that much. Maybe because I'm a kid, or, you know, I'm white, or middle class, or, you know, fucking whatever, but, yeah, genuinely, it's just like, it's just tiring to care about politics all the time. Right? Maybe when I can vote. When I can vote, I'll try to be invested in politics. You know? I don't think my opinions will change that much, but hey, who fucking knows?
Your doors are numbered.
There's a lot of arguments going around, you know, capitalism, communism, what the fuck we should do with police officers, are prisons good, you know, drug war, legalization of everything. It's like, I don't know, man, there's just a lot going on. A lot going on. And there's so many just opinions going around and around and around. It can be hard to, like, form your own, or even know how to start forming your own, or know which one is good, you know. So I try to listen to people, you know. I say you know a lot. You're gonna have to get used to that. Like, just a bunch of parties, a bunch of people, all different opinions, and And, you know, I do try to listen to people, you know, like, if someone's a Republican, I don't immediately, you know, just, oh my god, I don't do that, unless they give me reason. And, you know, there are only a few things that can make me completely not want to argue with you or discuss with you at all. There are a few things I'm not willing to argue about, a few things I'm not willing to budge about, right? Everyone does. The problem is that a lot of people have that methodology on, like, the majority of their opinions. Really, there's only a few things you should be dead set on. Like, I'd say there's, like, a maximum of, like, 5 things you should be able to be dead set on. What the fuck just happened? I don't know, man. What the fuck ever happened to compromise, you know? You go to history class, you hear about Great Compromise, number 15,635, right? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to us just, like, sitting down and being like, alright, we need to acknowledge the fact that we're all human beings and we have common ground. Now, there are some things we're not going to budge about, but there's gotta be at least one issue that we can have some kind of, like, half agreement, you know, like a compromise. Can we do that? Can we start having more compromises as a country, as a society, as a human fucking race? Can we do that? Can we do that more? I think I'll be satisfied even just with that. If we can just start compromising. I'm not saying, like, compromise on things that shouldn't be compromised. Of course not. There are things that should never be compromised on, right? Gay marriage, abortions. I'm left-leaning. Gay marriage should be legal. Abortions, go ahead. Fucking cat. You know? You know, other things too. Some people want to get rid of police officers. You know, anarchists. Get rid of police officers, get rid of prisons. No borders between countries. I gotta say, you know, like I try to listen to people, even though that's, like, so, like, out there, right? Like, I didn't grow up with any controversial beliefs. I had to form the opinion that gay people were human beings all by myself. Well, my parents helped me, but, you know, it was mostly just me. Mostly just me trying to figure out shit for myself. And so now these people come along with these crazy ideas like communism and anarchism, and I just gotta kinda... I try to listen. Even though it's so out there compared to what I've been taught my entire life. I know that kind of sounds like patronizing and pitying, but like I genuinely mean that I try to accept like kind of, you know, totally out there things, just kind of for the sake of it sometimes, you know. Because the more diverse political opinions you hear, like even if you know you're not going to agree with something. Right, unless you're listening to, like, fucking Hitler speaking. And, well, I mean, listening to Hitler could be educational, right? You know what I mean? Like, listening to different political opinions can definitely be, like, a learning experience, right? Even if you don't really agree with it, it can cement your beliefs. It can give you more reason as to why you believe in what you believe in. You know, instead of it just being that you do. You know. Alright. Well. Listen, good commentary at least.